welcome back to the channel. Just trying to get the 8410 out of the back of the machine shed here. Gonna try to put some wheat in the ground today. Currently at the home farm. Took the beans off behind the barns here over the weekend. A little bit of rain Sunday, so we didn't really do anything Sunday. It should still be dry enough to where I'm able to run the air seeder and get everything planted. There is some higher chances of rain tomorrow, so today's kind of the only day looking like this week to get some wheat in the ground. So as long as nothing's really sticking or gonna plug anything up, I think we're gonna go, even though like the top half inch is a little tacky. I think we're gonna be okay because it's still pretty dry underneath. That, and hopefully the sun will come out. That will change stuff pretty quick. Currently gonna back this out. I'm gonna take this over to the shop. The SCV, my remote #1 for hydraulics, started leaking real bad. So we're thinking it just needs O-rings. I ended up switching the lines that usually go on remote #1, which is your up and down, to like #4 here, but we'll put some O-rings in #1 and see if that will get it fixed, and we'll put the lines back where they go. Dad's gonna pull the combine back in. I don't think we're gonna be doing much of any combining for the next few days. So I'll pull that back where this was sitting. Looks like the windows could use a good cleaning before we get started. Well, I think I found the problem. So we get the left side out too while we're in here. And then got a whole bunch of O-rings to pick and choose from, but should be this guy. All right, so topped off the hydraulic fluid, got the O-rings switched out, wiped the windows and blew the cab out real quick. I think we're ready to get the seed wagon out and get this thing loaded. I'm going to fold this out and turn on remote #1, make sure that I got the O-ring in properly and that it's not leaking. Turned on my Trimble 750. I'm gonna let this warm up and get some satellites while we're out in the driveway. Like we got it fixed. I am going to be no-tilling here. The ground is still pretty soft from the rain over the weekend, but I'm probably going to adjust my pressure up just a little bit. We'll try about 800. I have my lines backwards, so I got to swap these. Dad's gonna get the 8100 hooked on the fertilizer spreader. I'm gonna get the air seeder reloaded. I don't think we're gonna have enough wheat seed in the wagon to do the field behind the barns here. We are going to split this farm up, which is kind of the first time ever. I think there's like 3 fields behind the barns here, and we're gonna do the big one, and then the other 2 by the woods we're gonna put into corn next spring. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit different. We never split this farm up ever before. The original plan was to do the 40 behind my house, and I would have barely just had enough wheat seed to do that. And that was the original plan, but the beans are still on behind my house. And we decided to plant behind here, just get the wheat done. And then next summer, we're gonna split the tiles in here and make a tighter grid. So that's the new plan. I really wish the sun would come out, but I think it's gonna be overcast like this pretty much all day, unfortunately. I think if the sun came out, it would burn a lot of this moisture off in a couple hours. But everything and everywhere you walk, it's just wet from the dew and some of the rain yesterday. All right, we're gonna give it a go here. Got everything turned on. We're gonna make an AB line right along the road here. And then I'm gonna go across, do my headland on the east end. I always like to have my markers out when I'm doing the headlands, the first few passes, just in case something happens with my GPS. Sure, turn the 4-wheel drive on. Set my point A, I'll drive down a little ways, and then I'll set my point B. While the sun's trying to come out, it doesn't seem to be sticking to my depth gauge wheels or closing wheels. A little bit on the tires, but not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So I think we're good for business here. We're gonna keep going. So it's working a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I only do 60 foot wide on the headland, so 30 foot one way, 30 foot the other way, and that gives me just enough room to turn around. See, Dad's moving right along. He is gonna have to get reloaded. That was, like I said, kind of set up for the field behind my house. So it's gonna need just a little bit more. Crazy. Well, the sun's trying to go away again now. Austin decided to come for a ride for a little bit. But yeah, we still gotta do the west headland up on the sand hill. We're just getting past the pole barns here, this little elbow. Like the neighbors are planting wheat as well today. It's funny, when we were combining here, they were combining there, and a couple days later, same thing. I'm drilling wheat, they're drilling wheat. Always kind of cool to see other machines working around the same area at the same time. Looks like Dad's just finishing up, so we're gonna be done with the spreader for now. He's probably gonna unhook that and we can return that. He did say he was going to bring the wagon up on the sand hill so I can reload what little bit is left in there. And then I got to figure out how much more wheat we're going to need to finish this farm. I don't want to get too much and I don't want to get too little. So I want to run this empty and see how many acres I do on a full load and then go from there. Well, my light just came on for low seed. I'm gonna go up and then I'm gonna come back down here and kind of park behind the barns and grab something to eat with Austin. And then I'm gonna calculate how many acres I put in so far. I don't think this thing's too off. I was guessing I was gonna get about just under 30 acres. It says I did 26. I kind of got to estimate how much is left in the wagon. Really not much, I don't know, 30 bushel. Then I got to make a phone call and see if we can still pick up the rest of the wheat seed uptown. So, but I got to tell them how much I need, and I don't want to over order. I definitely don't want to under order. Well, Dad brought the wagon up on the hill. I couldn't get a hold of him to stop him. I was just going to reload behind the barns because I was going to let Austin out now to get some lunch. And yeah, so while he was driving past, I was trying to call him And then I was going the opposite way and just gonna drive to the yard when I stopped in the middle. But he's up on the hill now, so I just turned it off and I'm deadheading up to the hill to get reloaded of what's left on the wagon. But yeah, I figured I'm getting about 25 acres per full load on the air seeder. So if I have time, it's 12:38. I want to definitely get it called in before 2. I'm gonna burn up what's left in the wagon and figure how many acres I have left. I actually think what I'll burn up, I should only have about 25 acres left after I burn up what's in the wagon. So I'm thinking I'll need about 70 more bushel of wheat all said and done. One full tank load, that's what that holds, is 70 bushel. Ran empty, waiting on the seed tender to get here that they're bringing. Hopefully they don't take too long. Obviously I could have called sooner, but I really wanted to get a better idea of how much more I needed. So just got reloaded. I ended up waiting a little bit longer than I'd like. It's been a couple hours, but that's to be expected when you kind of call in when you're basically empty. Well, the sun came back out now. Nice and bright. Everything's dried off pretty good. I don't think it's quite dry enough to pull the combine out or anything, but nothing sticking to the tires anymore. Hasn't come on yet. I got about 1.5 passes here, so I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna be okay. About 60 seconds later, the light just came on. So Should still be able to make it. I might jump in the back real quick and level out all the wheat, make sure that there's no low spot in either corner or anything. Just get everything even. So I'll jump out when I get to the end here and look at it real quick, and we should be able to make it to the end. Pretty even. If anything, this side's lower. Well, we're cutting it pretty close here. I'm almost to the end of the woods. Got this little sliver along the ditch I gotta go. This is it. Last pass. I made it, just barely. That's gonna be it for Plant Week this season. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll be back on harvest, whether it be soybeans or corn. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how this week plays out with all the different rainstorms coming in. We might end up switching to corn after all. I hate swapping back and forth. I like to just stick on beans and then get them done, but there's a lot of beans that really aren't ready yet, and there's corn that could be going right now even. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.